Hello and welcome back to the Broken Doll. And here I am going to show you. This here is Annie. Annie is she came as a respiratory doll for people to work on if children are choking or not breathing for some other reason and they have to do CPR. This is not the CPR doll. This is Annie the care doll. Why do I own one and why is she special to me? Well, I'm going to tell you about her. Ann Baby came to me back in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, and 1980s. And I heard about her, and she was just all a rage. She was actually in the Doll Reader magazines. Now, I have some of those magazines up in my attic. I can't reach them right now. At a later date, I would like to bring some down and show you her in the magazine being offered to people to buy. She was the first one of many that came out after her debut. Why did she come out and she was in the Doll Reader? Why did she become a doll, such a hit in the doll world? Well, these are the beginning of reborn dolls. At that age when I got her, I had a yearning to be a mother, but I didn't want to be a mother. I wanted to be a mother, but I didn't want to be a mother at that time, at that age. And I got her, and it was a few years later I moved out on my own, and I had a nice little apartment of my own, and I had her up there, and this is the best you could get to having as close to a real baby as possible back in that day. Women were taking these dolls and putting them in carriages, having lines of clothes for them, and taking them all over the place. They were showing up just like today, how some people do with reborn dolls. Now, I didn't do that. I wasn't comfortable with that part. I don't knock anybody who does, but it's just not my thing. I'm a very private person, very much to myself type of thing. Maybe a little bit on the introverted side when it comes to a lot of stuff in my life. A lot of people may not think that, but I am in many ways. I'm very introverted. I like to be by myself, on my own type of thing. It took me a long time to become comfortable on the camera here to talk and everything. I still struggle from time to time with it, but I've made my way in my own way, I guess. I found my little niche in what I'm comfortable with, and I think everybody does that. The thing is that Annie became very special to me because she kind of fulfilled that need at the time and allowed me to dip into a little world there where I could buy a few little baby clothes, and it satisfied me. And but I was into dolls huge. Now, some people may not like that part that comes out of people, but I figured it was better than having a baby that at the time that I could not afford. I could afford a few little dresses or a little nightie, but I couldn't afford a baby. And this kind of helped out in that area. For me, it did. I always wanted to be a mother, couldn't wait to be a mother, you know. I knew it was going to happen one day. I would be a mother, you know. But it was just that satisfaction that it gave me in the moment. And I loved it. But she wasn't the only doll that I had. I had many other dolls. And, you know, she was just one of my special dolls for myself. But anyhow, but she hit the doll world hard, Annie did. And out next came Amy and her brother Anthony, her twin brother Anthony, and Billy and Johnny, and there was a whole slew of them that came out of these care dolls. They're not the CPR dolls. They were all called care dolls. And I'm going to show you her as we move through this. And I'm going to change her into her clothes and everything. Now, the thing is that as time went on, reborn dolls were starting to kind of come out. Realistic dolls were starting to make their way. Not reborns yet, but maybe realistic dolls, more realistic than Annie. Annie started to go to the back seat. So did some of the other dolls. They start to go to the back seat a little bit. You know, they're sliding back a bit. And then until we moved into the reborn world, where now today you can see what there's, and they're lovely dolls. The artists out there are wonderful. And but it's something where we started. And I don't think people really knew about the world of these dolls, and that they did hit the doll magazines. And like I said, they were huge back in its day. She came in a bathtub with her own blanket, and she came with little poop suppositories. They're little pieces of wafers that you could feed her a bottle. She's a drinking wet doll, and it would run down, and the little wafer would go in her diaper, and it turned into poo. And it was quite the nifty thing. I don't have any of those anymore. And I'll explain about this doll in a second, what all happened. Well, over the years, when I met my husband at 16, and I got married to him when I was 21. At 25, I got pregnant, and I started having my own babies. I was done by the time I had 3, done at 30, and life led itself, and on we went, type of thing. And what happened to my dolls? Well, I sold my Annie doll. Because why? I didn't have room for her. And I had a small house, and everything had to be about my children and giving them room and everything. And that's what it's about. And I knew one day maybe I would come back. Now, I always said I was not going to come back to dolls, but I had another part of me that said, oh, I probably will. And my husband would question me too. He would say, sure you don't want to get back into dolls when things like the kids got a little bit older, like in their teens and everything. I said, nope, 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 nope. Finally, one day, my daughter showed me eBay. And one day I'm going to bring down my first eBay doll. What started my disease in doll collecting. And she says, buy a doll, just buy one. Well, I saw this little cheap doll for $7. I think she was made by the Horseman Company. And I was so scared because I was putting on my credit card on there. I don't know how it was, if PayPal was there at the time, or I had to put it right directly to eBay. I can't remember. But I forgot all about it. And a few weeks later, in came this doll, and there was this box here for me. I said, well, what is it? Who sent me something? And my daughter reminded me, maybe it's that doll that you bought. And as soon as I opened her up, I saw her. I put her on a shelf, and the infection didn't start quite yet. And it was just a little while longer. It started. As they got old, my kids got older and moving on with their lives and everything. But anyways, I was on a site called Shop Goodwill. And along came this doll here, and I wanted my Annie back. I was missing her because I knew she had some history with me, but not just history with me, also history in the doll world. And I wanted her back so that I could explain, where did the reborn world come from? A lot of people don't know where it stemmed from and where this desire for realistic dolls was breeding from, you know. It bred from here and maybe even beyond her too, with realistic dolls like the Bilo baby, because the Bilo doll was realistic for its day. This was realistic for her day. And now we have dolls today that are realistic for their day today that look so much like real babies that you almost have to take a double look, you know. Her, you can tell she's a doll. You know, I maybe a quick glance, maybe if somebody just quickly glanced, maybe they might think she's a baby, but, you know, I think in time, a few seconds, they would figure her out very quickly. But, the thing is that she does play a very vital role in the doll world and in the reborn world. And so anyways, I found her on Shop Goodwill for something like $7. She was cheap, dirt cheap. I paid, back in my day, for Annie, 150 something bucks for her, US. And today she's still going for that much money, if not maybe a little higher at times. I've seen her go for 200, 250. I got her for $7. And that's what I paid for her. And I was so happy to get her. I was delighted to get her back into my clutches again. And so that I could have this little piece of history about the doll world, and her being in the doll world and her place in the doll world. I don't care. I had a couple of the others. I had Anthony. I didn't have Anthony, but I had her sister, Amy. But I don't care if I have her back, because this is the one that made the cut, you know, to begin with. And mine came from Chillicothe, Ohio, from a lady from there, and she just spouted wonderful things about her and how beautiful she was, because it's, like I said, this was the realistic doll in that day. So anyways, we're going to change her. I'm going to talk about her and the different things about her and everything. Like I said, she is a care doll. One of the first things you'll see, her hands are cupped, so that when parents are learning, or new nurses are learning to work in neonatal areas or in the nursery, they can do the hold with the baby, and the head should drop back. Okay, the hands are cupped. Okay, she also has an open mouth. Of course, you can have a soother, or you can put a bottle in where, like I said, she can pee. You know, she can urinate. Okay, so we'll take off her hat because we're going to change her. This is a little Spanish outfit that I got years ago, and it fits her so well. She wears about 3 months, not 0 to 3, 3 months. She really needs that 3 months, unless the 0 to 3 is on the larger side. She has ear holes to be cleaned. She has the fontanelle up here, the soft spot up here as well. Like I said, the open mouth. She has the nostrils where you can also clean them up inside if you know, the baby. Like I said, she has the droopy, the head that goes back as well. All right, so we're going to take this part of it off of her. Oh, it's buttoned up. So we're going to take her and flip her on her tummy. All right, and we'll undo her from the back. It's a cute little outfit. I hate to take it off of her, but she's been in it for so long. She sits in a buggy with a lot of flop dolls. She's not as floppy as them, though, because she's made out of the, almost like an early silicone type thing, material. I forget the company who made her, and that's too bad I can't remember her company. I can look her up and try to find her company and put it down below in the description or in the title. But she's quite, like I say, the unique doll. Not everybody wants her, and I can understand that. For me, she's really important to me. And you've got to have a like for history dolls, the dolls that play history, a part in history, I mean. And you know, that's why I wanted her, is the history she plays in dolls. Now she has the legs like a newborn that are spread open like this. She is sexed. Okay, I'm not going to show that part of her, but she is sexed as a female. What else can I talk about her? I think that's really about it. I can show you her body as far as, so you can see the material that she's made out of. She has a little diaper on. This diaper really needs to be a little bit bigger diaper. Okay, but anyways, she's a nice, like she's soft. You know, you cannot feel ribs or anything. She is like a spine in the back of her. They show like a spine, you know, her little tushy and everything. You know, she's got like the newborn or 3-month body. You know, that's what she's showing. She doesn't have the belly button, like her navel has fallen off type of thing. So she's really, I guess, more typical to be in a 3-month. Okay, we're going to dress her. Give her some fresh clothes. We'll keep this on her, of course, but there we go. But a lot of her clothes, like I don't have many things for her because I don't change her enough to buy her a lot. I just like to have a nice set of clothes for her. So I'm going to put this little wool outfit that I bought at a thrift store. And these nice little wool outfits are coming out, like just popping out. And I just love them. Oh. For babies and everything. They're soft wools and, oh, like the knits and everything. So, now I think Antoinette, you have an Annie and maybe an Amy. Antoinette on here. She has these dolls. And I think you do, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought you said you've got Ann Baby. Maybe you have Amy too, I think. You know, I might get Amy down the road. That might be something that I might think about. You know, it's not I have to have her type of thing. She's just not one of those I have to have. But, like, I did own her. I do have pictures of her in my doll collection. It's just that she's not, like I say, you know, a memory type of thing, like the history she plays. And I think that's why I was so keen on getting this girl here, you know, Annie. Now, you can baby powder her, so that, because she is a silicone, she gets, where, like, I can tell things aren't sliding on her as good as they should. But I'm not going to powder. She's got some powder still up on her head here, I can see it. But she's not too bad. There, you know, she doesn't get too sticky. I don't notice that too bad on her. Like, not right now anyways. It's not too bad on her, so the stickiness. So we'll let her be as she is. Well, that's cute on her. I like the yellow one better, but this is cute on her. But somebody's got to wear this. I got to get it on somebody. So might as well go on Annie for a while. Maybe we'll put that one back on her in the spring. Early spring. I find that, like, certain dolls, I like certain clothes on. This isn't bad on her. It's just not a favorite color for her. I don't know why. It's like a rose. But, I don't know. Just not keen on it on her. But, oh well. It's good. We're going to live with it. Okay, I need some scissors. because I bought this here, this little package here, a while ago, and I have never, it's just from Walmart, it's a George, back in the spring. And so I'm going to finally get into it. I didn't know who was going to wear this. So I thought, well, there we go. Get my glasses on so I don't cut the sock itself. There we go. There's one sock. And where's the other one? There's that one. And that one. There we go. So we got some little socks to put on with little bows. And oh, that looks cute. Oh yeah, that looks adorable on her. Whenever I see these at Walmart, I pick them up, you know. I don't see them very often at our Walmart. So when you do, you know, she's got little newborn feet. That's why you almost want to say she's newborn, but she's not. She has to have, like I say, you can see this is 0 to 3 months, and it's fitting her really nice. Where's that headband? What did I do with it? Here it is. Okay. And this nice little headband to go on her. Oh, that's cute. Oh my goodness, that's cute on her. That's kind of bent over, but there we go. Now let's see if we can set her up. There we go, Annie. Whoa. Let's get that over your ear. There we go. Oh yeah, she's as cute as a button there. There we go. Yeah, she's happy. She's dressed. She's had some attention given to her. There we go. But she lays in a buggy. And like I said, she's been in that yellow outfit for over 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, just sitting in it. So nice to see her in something else here. And I know she's not a cut for everybody, but I like her. I love her. It's just because of, like I said, the history that she plays. And I hope you enjoyed this video here about Annie. And her little legacy there in the doll world. If I can ever get up to my attic is just stuffed right now because we've been doing, like I said, when we did that cleanup in here, we stuffed a lot of stuff upstairs, and we cleaned up a lot, but then we restuffed it back up again. I can't even get to those magazines right now. But I do have about 12 of them, and she's in there, and along with some of her other counterparts as well. So, okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed her, and more to come. And, yeah, I'll be bringing more dolls out along the way, and we'll dress them and get them changed, get them out of their dusty clothes and onto something new, and make them look a little bit fresher. Okay, thanks for joining me. And for all my new people that are just dropping in, subscribe and hit the thumbs up button, and leave me a comment down below. I do read them. I'm going to be going tomorrow. I'm going to be sitting down reading your comments. Tonight, if you leave some, I'll be reading them again. So thanks again for joining me. Bye-bye.